Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breath live stream where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems designer and coherence coach. Take a moment to engage in feedback this morning. Give the live stream a like, subscribe or follow if you're not already a part of the Morning Breath community. And if today's conversation sparks a thought, makes you feel something that you want to share, put it in a comment. Healthy communities are built around participation, not spectators. Your voice, your participation, your reflections help create the conversation we're having together. They create feedback loops. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of it. Now, let's take a breath and get started. This morning, I want to ask a simple question. A question that may be more important than it first appears. Who manages you? I'm not talking about a boss, your spouse, the government. I'm not talking about your calendar app. At the foundation of it all, who can manage themselves? Because if you can't manage yourself, someone else must eventually and inevitably step in to do it for us. And the moment we surrender responsibility for managing ourselves, we surrender a portion of our freedom, our sovereignty. Freedom and responsibility are inseparable. Everyone wants freedom. We talk about it. We celebrate it. But very few people want responsibility. But freedom without responsibility creates chaos. And chaos always invites control. The question is not whether someone will manage your life. Invariably, someone else will, whether they are willing to or not willing to, whether they're happy to do it and can't wait to get their hands on you, or they really don't want to, but they have to. The question is, do you manage yourself? Over the years, I've noticed something interesting. People often talk about freedom as though it's something granted to them. But the older I get, the more I realize freedom is something we each earn through self-management. Can I arrive on time? Can I keep my commitments? Can I clean my room, my office, my space? Can I manage my finances? Am I able to regulate my own emotions? Do I follow through when no one is watching? These may seem like small things, but the reality is civilizations are built upon small things. Healthy societies don't function when everyone requires supervision. They function when people develop the capacity to govern themselves. Every system faces the same fundamental challenge. How much energy must be spent organizing the parts? Healthy systems are composed of self-organizing elements. A healthy ecosystem, a strong family, a powerful team, a nourishing community. Each part contributes to the functioning of the whole, not because it is controlled or told to, but because it is capable of doing so. When individuals can manage themselves, then systems require less control, less enforcement, limited surveillance, and less intervention. More trust becomes possible. Greater freedom becomes inevitable. And deeper creativity is possible. I'm not talking about productivity. This is about agency. Agency is the capacity to influence your own life. And agency grows through self-management. Every promise we keep to ourselves strengthens our agency. Every responsibility we avoid weakens it. Because each time we fail to manage ourselves, someone else must absorb that cost. A coworker, a spouse, a teacher or a supervisor, a community. Eventually, that burden accumulates, and systems respond accordingly. More rules or laws are imposed. Greater oversight is needed. Bureaucracy grows out of control. And greater control becomes an unbearable weight upon the system as a whole. Not necessarily because people are evil, but because the system must compensate for dysfunction. And it can be manipulated to produce such outcomes. If the burden of self-management is voluntarily relinquished to the state, for instance, in exchange for the illusion of safety or security or the illusion of freedom, which no state can give, you cannot gain freedom through voluntary subjugation. From a systems perspective, healthy systems are largely self-organizing. Nature provides countless examples. A forest doesn't need a central manager. An ecosystem doesn't require constant supervision. The deep intelligence exists within the interconnection of the relationship amongst the parts. That's systems. Human systems function similarly. The more capable the individual components become, the less centralized control the system requires. The less capable the components become, the more management becomes necessary, and when enough people stop governing themselves, societies begin shifting from stewardship towards administration, from trust towards compliance, and from freedom towards control. Many people today worry about increasing surveillance, regulation, and institutional control. Yet few ask, what conditions must make those systems possible? What happens when entire populations lose the ability What happens when entire populations lose the ability to manage basic aspects of their own lives? When we cannot manage our attention, someone or something else will. When we cannot manage our consumption, someone must step in to provide the solution at a cost. When we cannot manage our emotions, someone else learns how to manipulate them. The loss of self-management often precedes the loss of autonomy. And autonomy, once surrendered, is rarely returned without effort. Today, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, who manages me? My values, my impulses, my habits, my thoughts, my schedule. Who manages my attention or my emotional state? Who manages my life? Because every area you fail to govern becomes an invitation for someone else to govern it for you. And perhaps one of the most important forms of personal transformation is learning to become a trustworthy steward of your own life. Today, find some time with your journals. Explore these questions. Where in my life am I managing myself well? Where am I relying upon others to compensate for my lack of responsibility? What freedoms do I desire, and what responsibilities must I embrace to earn them. Let's go into our breath work. The practice of breath work, the fact that we're here, the fact that we engage in this ongoing daily discipline builds an element of responsibility in our lives. Self-regulation allows us to manage our own emotions. Self-inquiry allows us to police our own thoughts. Self-reflection gives us the power to see where there are areas that need attention in our life, rather than someone else having to either take action against them or manage them for us. So let's engage. Find a comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in. Out through your mouth, all your breath. Again. All your breath. In through your nose for about 6 seconds. Out through your mouth for about 6. Again. Place your awareness on that inhale, now on the exhale. Again. Find a rhythm in the breath. Placing my hand over my heart to target that cognitive center of my body, so I can make a coherent connection between heart intelligence and head intelligence. Maintain your breath. And let's keep an inventory this morning of our intention for responsibility in our lives. I'll start with a few examples. I will be responsible for myself. I will take accountability for my choices, my emotional well-being, my personal health, the sovereignty of my own body, my own mind, my own emotional state. I will take responsibility for my spiritual growth. I will be accountable to what those things are. My body, my spirit, my mind, my emotions. Now you start. Start with something small. I will be responsible for my space, my bed, my room, my car, expand outwards. I will take responsibility for my dog, my cat, my friendships. Keep expanding. I will be accountable to my community. On your own, repeat those things or grow them. Maintain your breath. for the next few minutes. I will be responsible for my time. I will not put others in a position to have to manage what I need to manage for myself. Keep going. Maintain your breath. Maintain your inventory. Let's take a deep breath through our mouth. Exhale all your breath out. One more time, come back into the space. If this resonated with you, then go out today and take responsibility and accountability for yourself. Pause and reflect on who manages you. The more capable you become at governing yourself, the less likely someone else will need to do it for you. Take a breath. I'll see you tomorrow.